And yet again, we stop to pick up a drink, and look what happens. I would take this as a sign that I should quit, except very clearly, I am an idiot. Plus, I might actually attempt to splice these together into a single video. I mean, how hard could it possibly be, says the man that can't even build Lego without it falling apart in his hands. Yeah, how hard could editing videos seriously be? I mean, there's only people that make it their actual careers. How hard could it be, mate? Easy as. Alright, so... that is that bit. Now to exciting instruction 96. Using these slimy bastards, stick everything together so that it is there. Oh my god, now I've got to count. I want you to appreciate how meticulously annoying the next instruction looks. It's okay, it only involves 28 individual pieces. Time for a drink. For the record, this madness is currently fueled by Prosecco. Because, for whatever reason, Prosecco kind of... I don't know. When I drink Prosecco, it feels like it should be a celebration. So it tends to cheer me up, even when, once again, I'm not feeling in a mood that is worth being cheery about. Same with building Lego. Like, I prefer to do stuff like this while I'm happy. But since I'm unhappy, if I do it, it might actually make me happy. You know, doing the old reverse psychology on myself. You know, reverse psychology only works on idiots. So hopefully I will be able to trick myself into being happy through the subsequent application of reverse psychology on myself. It's very important to hold no illusions about yourself. It's not that I'm an idiot or uncoordinated, it's just that everything I do usually requires a phenomenal amount of concentration and or effort. And concentration is not something I have a lot of. Don't get me wrong, there are certain things I enjoy doing. I could hide in a bush and stare at something through binoculars for hours. God, the most exciting thing in the world is to sit there, hide in a bush and watch the universe happen. Tragically, there's no real way to turn things like that into a job outside of organised groups of belligerents known as militaries. And as exciting as all that shit is, there comes a point where you're too old to play souls. And you have to grow up and do something else with your life. And then it turns out the thing that you decided to do with your life, well, it's not... You have to grow up and do something else, because it turns out you can't do that forever. I'm noticing a distinct pattern in my life. Everything I wish to do with my life does not appear to be the type of thing that you can do forever. Which, of course, is food for introspection and wondering whether or not I should actually attempt to be happy. Is it all it's cracked up to be, as philosophers tend to argue? I don't know, but being miserable is shit. You know, it reminds me of one of my favourite philosophical arguments, because it's an in-joke. And it's an argument against idealism. And idealism is an attempt to find a value of truth. What is truth? And if you sit there going, that sounds like a waste of time, congratulations. You must be wonderful to have at parties. But at the end of the day, there actually is a very there's a very interesting question to be asked: what is knowledge? And idealism, the school of idealism, was an attempt to answer that question, and to be fair, quite a sophisticated one. A lot of people will disagree with it, disagreeing with characterizing it as sophisticated, which, once again, that's okay. We're allowed to disagree. Every person is entitled to be wrong. And I think in this case, when it comes to arguing against the sophistication of idealism, you kind of are wrong. But anyway, the famous argument against it is a utilitarian argument. I'm not going to go into what is idealism, what is truth. Because one, it's a very long conversation. Two, it's been a very long time since I've studied the technical definitions of these things, and it's actually, this is a technical discussion. It is a technical discussion on the nature of information systems. I am not current enough, even with the historical stuff, to get it right. And, I know it's the internet and everyone's meant to be wrong on the internet, but I think philosophy is important enough to get right, if you can. Like, some people are just idiots. But in general, if you can get philosophy right, you probably should. But yeah, and the argument is the two hands argument, because when you start getting into the nuts and bolts of idealism, it gets to the point where you're having to disbelieve in the... it's going to happen. Oh no, it's happening on camera. Cool. Reminds me of putting my bed together. The slats on my IKEA bed look a little bit like this. Just as much fun to put together, i.e. No, there's okay. I may have enough. Or I may have dropped another part on the floor. Uh-oh, I think I may have dropped another part on it. Yes, I have. Oh, goody. Perfection. Okie dokie. Good thing I've got a wooden floor so that I can see the brown on the brown on the brown. Yeah, awkward. That is very definitely an awkward thing to have happen. Yes, now do we have another piece caught in there? No, we do not. Oh, there it is. Found it. Never mind. Please disregard your host. He is an idiot. There you go. Cool. The board is together. I think this is literally making a board to sit your Lego. You're building Lego, so you can sit your Lego on some Lego. It's starting to become a real pick my car moment. Yeah, I know, I could say Exhibit's name, but nobody says Exhibit's name, so why start? Poor guy just wants to be left alone in his giant house with his millions of dollars. Why do we have to bother him? Apart from the fact that it's funny. Okie dokie. So, that is that. So, no, Maui, you are definitely still a cat. Routine inspection. It's alright, guys, I've got the paperwork. This is how you know it's recorded in front of a live studio audience, because there is a cat just wandering in. I'd say if you want to see more of my cat, go to my Twitter, but it doesn't exist. That's a fun joke. Oh, wait. Can't let people see the little feet underneath. They will be so ashamed if they see the feet. Wow, that was a joke, and it turned out to be disturbingly accurate. Okie dokie. Our next wonderful assembly is assembling the bits that go underneath the bits that go underneath the bits. Like, I really don't want to shit on Lego any more than I have, and I realise that I've currently taken a huge steaming dump on them from great heights this entire video. But is all this like, is this like really necessary? Like, this really feels like busy work, dear friends at Lego. Like, you know what I mean? And now we flip it over and find that we do them the other way. So just move that over so you can see the soon-to-be complete edition of feet. Like, I get it, this increases the number count and, you know, makes the level far more sexy and exciting. Okay, and we push that over there to 0. And now to add the bits I didn't want to add before, because I have a cat who is going to try and eat them. Aren't you? Good. Oh, sweet, they're going all over the floor. This is great. I'm going to spend the next 7 years pulling out little Lego pieces off the floor, you sons of bitches. Also, these kind of aren't as detailed. I was kind of expecting these to be like the old Lego coins. They're not as detailed as the old Lego coins. Maybe the new Lego coins are just disappointing. Or maybe they're part of that weird new Lego that I have seen that uses smooth dots. Who knows, not I. For I am just a shitposter. Builds Lego and complains about. Why do I imagine that if I search on YouTube, I'm going to find someone that sits there and tells you the exact size of metallic bowl you're meant to use to put these in, so you can mix them so they're even colours, which I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm not making them even. Yeah, who am I kidding? Someone's watching this on a 105 centimetre screen, full 4K high def, going, oh my god, this is what you did wrong. Okay, so the pieces I've dropped are gone forever. So where's the let them go? And there we go, kids. This is our bonsai frog. Thanks for watching.